Hey there everybody, Gideon's Tactical here. This is the in-depth review of the SOG Aegis or Aegis folding pocket knife. This is a great tactical slash EDC knife. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. We got a 3.5 inch blade made out of AUS-8 steel. I love SOG's AUS-8 steel. They do a great job hardening it. Full flat grind, everybody. You know how much I love full flat grinds, and I am in love with this edge. It is screaming sharp out of the box, but it's got that full flat grind so that when it comes time for us to resharpen it, it's not going to be really difficult to try and find the angle of this particular blade. So great job by SOG to choose the full flat grind for this particular model. I love it. The blade itself is very thick actually when it starts out and comes down to a very precise piercing edge. You can see there. The only downside I would say to that is you just got to be careful. I mean, if you drop this on the concrete, you could chip that tip. Or if you're stabbing it into a box really hard, and you know there's something hard behind the cardboard box or something, you know you could definitely damage this tip. So you just got to be a little bit careful, cautious with this tip. But great leaf-shaped blade, awesome design. I love it. Love the design of this blade. So that's the blade itself. We got the deployment is thumb studs on either side. This is totally ambidextrous because the pocket clip will switch as well. And they just did a great job with those thumb studs. They're far enough away from the body of the knife, and it's got this little thumb ramp right here, thumb groove, so you can get a really good sweep in. And you barely have to move it because it's open assist. And boom, flips right open. So it's their open assist model. And it actually kind of jerks your hand a little bit because of how strong the spring is inside this SOG Aegis. But whips right out, and again and it does that on both sides. So if you're a lefty and you're looking for a 3.5 inch blade, I mean look at that, and it has even that little groove. They totally thought through that for you left-handed guys out there. I'm always trying to fight for you. I'm a righty, but you know I care for you left-handed guys out there too. And they did a great job with this. So left or right deployment is awesome. Thumb studs are great. Good purchase. No complaints with the thumb studs. Jimping on the back spine. Great jimping. Digs in well to my finger. Gives a little bit of groove texture in my thumb when I grab it. And they put some texturing on the handle itself as well. So great jimping. Knew what they were doing there. Great. Just feels great. And just looks, man, just looks sleek and smooth and sexy. It's hot. So I love this blade. So the jimping is great on the top. You got texturing ribbing down here on the bottom for your index finger. And that's where we get to the handle itself. Handle feels good in the hand. Got this really nice palm swell down here by my fingers. Fills out your hand nice and full. Your fingers fitting right up here. You got your thumb on the jimping, and you're locked in and ready to go. You can definitely do some piercing. You can do your carving, whittling, cutting of cardboard boxes, tactical use, whatever you want to do. You're locked in, and it feels great for that. The handle is made out of glass reinforced nylon, GRN, and it makes it a very lightweight. This is 3.1. I'm going to say it again, 3.1 ounces for this particular blade. I don't know if there's another knife on the market that's 3.5 inches long, blade, open assist, and weighs 3.1 inches. So, I mean, sorry, 3.1 ounces. It's crazy. So it's extremely lightweight, and that's what's great. Even though it is kind of large, the handle itself, I believe, is like 4.5 inches, and the overall length is 3.5 inches. I mean, 8.25 inches, I think. Overall. So, I mean, it is definitely large, but because of how light it is, you don't even feel it in your pocket when you're carrying it around. It just feels great. I mean, I have knives half this size that weigh, you know, 1.5 ounces more, and you definitely notice that. So there is texturing on here, but it's so-so on the sides of the handle. I mean, it's slick. You know, it's all right. But the handle is nice and rounded, so it feels good in your hand. Doesn't feel clunky and boxy, and I like that. The lock itself, the lockup is this kind of design pillar locking construction in here, and you have to pull this little trigger back. This is what disengages the locking mechanism. You pull that back, and then you can collapse the blade. And it's spring loaded, so when you flip it open, you know it'll spring back into place. And you basically have to do this two-handed. This is basically a two-handed closing knife, which I don't really care for. I would have liked to see it one-handed. Because of how strong the spring is, you basically have to close it two-handed because you have to pull this little button back and hold it back while you're closing the blade itself. It does have a safety feature, which I think is kind of stupid. You can have it safety on is down, safety off is down. You push it up, and the blade will not open or deploy. So yeah, I'm pushing on it. Nothing's happening. You lock it, push it down, boom, and it flips right out. You can put, I've heard some guys putting like super glue in there or something, just a little dot so it won't engage to on, because if you had to whip this out in an emergency situation, you wouldn't want that in a locked position. So, I don't really care for that safety thing. I don't care. The pocket clip itself rides extremely deep. You can unscrew the handle and flip it to the other side, so it is, again, totally ambidextrous for you lefties. It says SOG, no lanyard hole. It kind of has this thing right here that's supposed to be a lanyard hole, but paracord will not fit through there. So I don't know really what that hole's for. But rides extremely deep. A lot of people like that. I don't, because it's kind of difficult to pull it out. If you're wearing this in your pocket really deep, you kind of play with it a little bit and kind of jerk and tug it out to get it out. So it's not as fast deploying as I would have liked out of your pocket. But overall, the pocket clip's okay. You know, it's got some retention to it, and if you've ever bent it, you know, you could push it back down, and the catch doesn't catch on stuff. This little guy right here. But it is flexible as well, so it's kind of so-so with the pocket clip. But it is tip up, which I love to carry. So overall, that's the overall specs for you of the SOG Aegis full size. My opinion, buy it. If you like open assist knives and you like full flat grind and you like AUS 8 and you like it on a budget and you love all that stuff and you want 3.5 inches, buy it. You're not going to regret it. There's a little play side to side. I don't know if I mentioned that. You can tighten that up with this little tension bar right here. But this is a great POU, philosophy of use for this knife. Large EDC, definitely tactical folder. You can definitely defend yourself if you had to in an emergency situation. Get in there and stab, and this thing is going to do some wicked damage, some wicked slicing if you had to defend yourself with a folding pocket knife. So I would highly recommend it. It also comes with a black blade. It also comes in a mini version, which is a 3-inch blade. If you're like, man, this is too big. 3.5 inches is just too big for me. Then they also sell this in a 3-inch blade, and it's just overall a little smaller. It's a little lighter too. I believe it's under 3 ounces. And that's a perfect just EDC blade. If you like everything you see, it looks exactly the same. It's just a half-inch shorter on the blade, basically, and that's it. But overall, very impressed with this SOG Aegis. Price point, you're looking around the 50-ish, 55, maybe 60, depending on what type of features you're getting. If you're getting the all blacked out version, I think it might be like close to $60. But around in that ballpark, which is great for what I believe you're getting. I mean, you can't go wrong, in my opinion. So this is kind of a do-everything knife for you. Definitely EDC, tactical, all those type of things. It's so lightweight, you won't even feel it on you. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this helps you out a little bit. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.